Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Tech Dude Q, and I kind of wanted to do something just a little bit different today and talk about some of the stuff that they're going to be doing in Predecessor. And they just released a developer diary about Predecessor 1.0, which is really big. Now, this isn't going to be like a tutorial video. This is me just kind of going over the diary and giving you my thoughts. Kind of like what people do with patch notes, same thing. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. There's a lot to talk about here. I skimmed it briefly just so I know a little bit of what I'm talking about. But yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Predecessor is launching 1.0, which is actually really big because it's been in early access and alpha, beta, whatever you want to call it, for a very long time. And now this is kind of coming out full-fledged 1.0. I'm very excited to see what they do here. Now, here is their expectations surrounding 1.0. We understand that the term 1.0 is turbocharged with all manner of expectation. It suggests that the game is complete, or that there will be a fundamental shift in development away from adding major new features. We want to confirm that this will not be the case for Predecessor. People were worried about that. I wasn't. I know for a fact that there's a lot to do and a lot of things to add to the game. I mean, you see other MOBAs have lots of things changing consistently, so I don't know why people were worried about that, but there you go, guys. For those of you who were worried, you're now reassured, I guess. We see Predecessor as a constant evolution, as most live service games. We are extremely excited to use this update as a baseline for all things coming to Predecessor in the future. Really cool. Make no mistake, the upcoming update is the most significant in Predecessor's history for the amount of features, improvements, and content it includes, and we believe it aligns with our goals for 1.0 and beyond. Sounds great. 1.0, why now? We heard your concerns about our readiness to launch 1.0 as previously announced. Frankly speaking, after 1.0, our game won't be feature complete. Again, I think a lot of people were worried about that. I don't know why. Defining feature complete is a task of its own with a MOBA, as it differs for each player, and everyone will have a different list. So instead, let's talk about why we made the decision. It's important we share the reasoning behind it because we're keen to continue developing alongside the community and want every one of you to be on board with our goals so you can support us in our effort along the way and understanding the vision we have for this milestone. One of the things I will say, I'm really happy that they have just had this coming out, so we know what to look forward to and kind of know what's in their head a little bit. Firstly, 1.0 is a necessity to launch Predecessor fully on the Xbox Store and move outside of the limited game preview tab where it currently resides. And that's very important, actually. For those of you who don't know, if they're stuck in there on the game preview store, it's not really getting out to a lot of other Xbox players. And I do know that the Xbox numbers for Predecessor are a little lower, and more people play it on Steam and PlayStation. So this is actually really big and a pretty good move on their part because Xbox will let them finally come out and be just in the regular store. This is great. This step is crucial in Predecessor's growth as it allows us to get the game into the hands of far more players due to the increased exposure that is afforded to the games outside of Xbox Game Preview program. Exactly. So what I just said. I'm going to skip this part, but basically they're able to show their game off more on Xbox, and that's actually something that was really needed. So really excited for that. Hopefully some more Xbox players hop on the game and really enjoy it. Secondly, a 1.0 launch will bring in new players. We have a healthy, engaged player base at the moment, but our goal is to inject the player base with a flood of new players so we can properly validate and continue to iterate larger systems like ranked mode. This will allow us to collect valuable data, make adjustments, and have confidence in the long-term growth of these systems. Is Predecessor ready for new players? We'll look at this in the following section. Okay, so basically they're trying to get some more players in and being able to see what they can do and change to have more players come and enjoy the game. Really good. I think one of the issues right now with the game is just getting more people into the game. There's a slight learning curve to the game, and that's why I made that tutorial, which a lot of you, by the way, have said you've liked, so thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And I am happy to be just helping a lot of people with some of that. While it does give me the opportunity to make content for you guys, I do think that maybe the game should have a better tutorial and ways for people to learn the game without just having to run to YouTube, But regardless, I think trying to get more people in is really good. Thirdly, we know that predecessor players have been waiting for a large marketing advertising campaign. After all, growing the game benefits everyone, reducing queue times, improving matchmaking, building fiercer competition than ever before. After months of validating various marketing strategies, A/B testing, and receiving feedback, we believe we're ready to go wider. Trying this release to Gamescom in August allows us perfect opportunity to kick off our largest marketing effort yet, pushing the exposure and visibility of Predecessor to as wide as an audience as possible. We'll talk a little more about our marketing efforts farther on. Okay, so that's actually really good too. We do know they're coming to Gamescom, so people will be able to see it and give a little more exposure. And yeah, really big marketing push. So maybe people who haven't even heard of it, because I know like I'll talk about it with some of my close friends. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna play Predecessor tonight, and they're like, what's that? And then I have to explain, like, oh, it's a MOBA. Oh, it's Paragon. It's like, no, 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 no. It's different. So a little bit more marketing, a little bit more stuff out there will help. I definitely think that's great. All right. What can we expect from 1.0? This is where the fun kicks in. One of our core goals for 1.0 is to improve the experience for new players joining the game. There are a number of reasons for this, but importantly, we feel by better preparing these new players and teaching them the core skills they need to succeed in Predecessor, we'll be helping tackle feedback many players have expressed around toxicity matchmaking. Okay, this is great. This is what we need to bring just more people in and keep them in. Advertising will get people there, but then, once they figure out there's a learning curve, they don't know how to handle it, and people are getting rude with them. I mean, we all have it. Like, I mean, sometimes I try out new roles. Like, I'm not the best at jungling. I've played a lot of it. I'm not good at it, but I want to improve. However, I get into a jungle, and then, everyone's yelling at me because I'm not doing that well. Not going to be the best, I will deter others from jungling. I don't really care that if my team's yelling at me or not, but others might, especially new players. Like, I really don't want to play this game if someone's yelling at me all the time or I'm doing something wrong when I'm just trying to learn. So hopefully this does get a little better here. Given the influx of new players and important questions raised, is the game ready for them? The updates we've made to the new user journey in 1.0 should allow us to put our best foot forward. One of the key pain points we identified in the current iteration of Predecessor was a struggle among new players and understanding the various strategic elements of the game. Which role should I choose? Yep. Which hero best matches my playstyle? Which lane should I fight for? And what ability is best for me to level up first? The list goes on. Absolutely. Those are all things that are hard to teach or hard to grasp right at first, So hopefully there is something that makes that a little easier for new players. Some of these challenges that players face in all MOBAs, and some of them are challenges unique to Predecessor. We identified many of these key issues and have introduced solutions to them in 1.0. That's not to say there isn't more work to be done here, but we believe these changes will make a massive improvement to a new player's early experience and should make the game more enjoyable for all players as a result. Awesome. I think that's good. I think that's really good. Just to help new players out. And I think we're getting ready to learn about what some of that stuff is. So let's just get right into it. So what are we doing for new players? Below are just some of the features we've included in 1.0 to address our user journey additions or improvements specifically tailored to helping our new players find their feet. All right, cool. So the draft screen redesign. That makes me really happy already. Okay. Just that right there. Draft screen redesign. Perfect. Because that draft screen we have already is kind of... Okay, we understand how daunting it can be for new players to get to the draft screen only to be presented with a number of options and decisions that might not be immediately clear, especially for those new to MOBAs. To tackle this, we made it easier to pick a hero using recommendations based on the team's composition and player skill level, and made information like what each hero does and how they play easier to find than ever before. Okay, cool. So basically, this is... yeah, look at this. Whoa, okay. You choose your role. Say you're choosing carry or something. It talks about gold buff. Let's see. Get the killing blow on minions. Gain gold by selecting gold buff. Extremely powerful, but also fragile. Let your towers and support protect you. Okay. See, that's really good right there. Just a little bit of something so people can learn. I wonder what it says for the others. I don't think they have it. Improved automations. Once in the game, we know how important it is that new players understand what is happening to their hero. Sure, auto-buy takes the pressure off of having to understand some of the more complex decisions straight out of the gate. But we know how confusing it can be to not know what happens to your gold, to not know which ability to upgrade first, or to generally feel detached from important decisions being made on your behalf. Okay, yeah. So it looks like here what happens is he goes back and then auto buy is showing him what it's buying. So that's cool. That kind of gives you like a little bit of an idea. You know where your gold's going. It's like, oh, I bought that and I bought that, and it's like, okay, cool. That's where my gold's going, and that's why I'm shooting faster. That's why I'm doing more damage. So, that's pretty good. I do like that. It's a little pop up right there, right when he backs. Well, nuclear rounds bot and pass fire bot. Oh, evolved pass fire. Okay, all of this and more is why we've added auto crest and auto leveling, as well as a new visual showcase for player automations to help decisions being taken on the player's behalf more understandable for new. Okay, sweet. Okay, so auto level up. See, this is great. I think this is actually really good for very beginner players. It just shows him right away. Right there. He gets the kill, and then he's getting more minions, and he levels up, and then boom, rad grenade. That's really good. I think that's great. That's going to be really good just for new players because you struggle to understand like what to level up. That's actually a really cool improvement for new players. Attack range indicator upgraded. We've all been there, especially as new players. You're chasing down an enemy hero, desperately trying to secure the kill. They're slow. They're slow. You fire an ability, confident you can take them down, and you miss. The way they said that, and you miss. One of the biggest hurdles in a MOBA like Predecessor is learning about attack range, which is crucial information in the heat of the moment. So we made it clear with bold outlines and text that tell you if you're missing or just out of range. Okay. Yeah, move closer. I really hope I can turn that off as someone who plays and understands range a little bit. But that's really good for other people, new players, or people who do struggle with that. Sometimes I do struggle with that. Maybe I do need to keep it on. On top of what we've already shared here, 1.0 includes many more improvements and additions for new players. We'll be sharing more throughout the weeks leading up to our big launch, so keep an eye on our socials for more information. Okay, well, ending the new player area, I think that's great. I'm happy that Omega hasn't just given up on stuff for new players, making them try to figure it out. Because I think that was something that Paragon struggled with, and Predecessor struggles with, but is, in my opinion, doing it better than Paragon now when it comes to new players. This especially will be really good. Just so you can get your friend into the game and they don't really have to stress or like, what do I do to level up? And you're like, oh, you got to press control in this, or D-pad left and whatever ability. And they're like, what does that do? They can focus on what does it do instead of trying to just like, what do I do to level it up and what should I build? So really cool. I think this is great. All right. Now, the stuff that we're really excited for. What can existing players expect? That's me. And maybe some of you guys. I mean, probably is some of you guys. We've spoken a lot about new players and our various goals for 1.0. But what about existing players? We've heard your feedback on wanting more options to spend Amber, along with functional updates to the map to allow more traversal over the hard-to-reach places. These updates will allow for much more verticality and higher-level competitive play and promote skill expression that we've never seen before. Purchasing hero affinity in bundles with Amber. Thank you so much, Omega Studios. I have so much Amber, and I would love to spend it. This is great. Got Amber to burn? You can finally use it to purchase hero affinities. But that's not all. We've also added a couple of bundles to the store that you can also spend Amber on. Thank you. Additionally, we'll continue to expand the way in which Amber can be utilized after 1.0, such as adding support for individual cosmetic purchases, for sprays, and like once the store is ready to support non-bundled cosmetic items. Okay, perfect. This is what we needed. I as someone who plays a lot, level 124 right now, and I have so much Amber. A new hero comes out, and I don't bat an eye. I can just grab them. But this is great. Now I can like spend some Amber and buy the affinity. And it looks like it's 7,000. Let's look at this. Hold on. It looks like to buy an affinity, it's only going to be 7,700 Amber. That's great. That's a good price point. I was actually worried it was going to be like 10,000 or higher. Really high, just because they wanted, people to play more. So that's a pretty fair price to get the affinity, and you can earn more stuff for your character. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. That's really good. Okay. Map verticality adjustments. We raised the roof for 1.0 literally. We've taken the time to remove all vertical boundaries across the map, opening up complex new opportunities for certain heroes to play like never before. So, as you can see here, you see Aurora doing her little slide up that little area. Um, Interesting. Uh, that is cool. I think that's going to be really cool. I think that's going to be only for, I can only think of like Aurora, maybe Howitzer, maybe, and maybe some other characters I'm sure can do it that I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head. But that is cool that they remove those boundaries and they have people. There'll be more cool plays to make, I guess, and that's gonna be nice. We'll have to see how that like ends up working out overall. But I think it'd be cool. Imagine like you're instead of your team's right there, you see the enemy team and she comes in for a crazy gank because she didn't come in through the two spots that people usually ward, which are those two entrances. She can kind of split right through the wards, come in behind, and ult. So I think that'll be good, and that'll definitely be some high level jungle play and just high level play for some characters. So really cool. That gives us a little bit more practicing and skill to do. There's more. This blog post would be an awful lot longer if we went in depth with everything coming out. So instead, here's a quick fire list of everything else arriving 1.0 that were not already mentioned. A new legacy hero. Perfect. Tutorial improvements and voiceover. Okay. Voiceover for communication pings. So voiceover for communication pings has been announced already. That's basically like when you ping like enemy missing left, you'll hear a voice say enemy missing left, and everyone on your team will hear that. That's going to be cool, I think. I think we're going to get spammed a lot, like in Smite. But really, I think that's no big deal there. Total rework of map foliage. Ooh, so little visual stuff. Visual lighting and reflection improvements. I like that. I think this game is a beautiful looking game, and they got to keep it looking beautiful. So, really cool. New loading screens. Ooh. I like that. Instead of staring at the same screens over and over again. New post-match screens. I do like some of the post-match stuff that they did recently, but some new ones making them look a little better will be nice. New post-match player reporting options. Thank you. There are many times where I could not report somebody after the match who definitely needed to because I forgot or left quickly or whatever. So that's perfect. Perfect. System messages in chat. Bounties, objective timers. Oh, okay. So like the chat will like ping, like the text chat will pop up with like this person is getting Fangtooth, or no, Fangtooth just spawned is what I'm assuming. I like that. We'll see what that fully becomes, but that can be something big. Twitch drops. Okay, that's cool. That is really cool actually for us streamers. Which by the way, I am twitch.tv/techdudeq. Come watch me stream Predecessor and sometimes Fortnite. But Twitch drops would be really cool for a lot of content creators who just want to get out there and stream, and now people can watch and earn stuff. Code redemption. I don't exactly know what code redemption means. Xbox achievements. That's pretty cool. And localization on Xbox. Nice. With all the above features confirmed for 1.0, we're also excited to confirm that even more features are coming throughout the rest of this year too, specifically targeting topics we know you care about, such as matchmaking, game balance, toxicity, and more. Perfect. We'll showcase more of these 1.0 features over the coming weeks, so keep an eye out on our socials for more. All right, sounds good. And then marketing predecessor. As already mentioned, our largest marketing campaign to date is launching alongside 1.0. More players means better queue times, more vibrant, lively community, and of course, more competition. So what's the current plan to attract these players? They got a lot. They are releasing a trailer at Gamescom during opening night live. Perfect. A lot of people will be seeing that. Partnering with Discord for an exclusive Quest event. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'll have to make sure I do that. Marketing across each platform store. Perfect. So PlayStation, Steam, and Xbox. Very much needed. Adding the ability to redeem codes in-game, enabling giveaways, competitions, and partnerships. That's what they meant by code. Okay. That's really cool too. So giveaways, competitions, partnerships. Awesome. Working with top influencers across the internet to build coverage of Predecessor like never before. Perfect. I think Predecessor has a lot of unique influencers. I know I'm just a small one right now, and there are so many really cool ones. I think a big favorite of mine is Paper right now. He's getting up there, and I think there's so many other influencers that are really cool and very passionate about this game. So them working with them, awesome. I think that's perfect. And launching Twitch drops, rewarding players for supporting their favorite streamers. Again, really cool. And there's so many just streamers who stream this game who I think would love that. So all of this is really, really cool. This is some great news for every player out here. I'll read this conclusion real quick, and yeah. We hope that this discussion has helped bridge the understanding of the why of 1.0, what we at Amida have as a vision for this milestone, what you can be part of, and what you can expect in Predecessor starting August 20th. Be inviting to our new champions, help them find a new home in Predecessor, and join us for exciting new chapter in Predecessor's future. Sweet. So really, all of this has just been really good, I think, personally. Telling us about everything that's coming out. I think the only other thing that I would have wanted to come out in 1.0 right away would be like role queue. A role queue for just let me go in as support or carry, and then it picks, based off what other people are queuing up as. But I don't think they can do that yet until they get more players. So that's kind of where we come in as existing players. Let's be nice to the new players. And I have a Discord. I will put the link in the description. If you want to join that Discord and play sometime and meet some people, I think that would be perfect for some of you guys. And if you're new to Predecessor, join that Discord. I know a lot of other communities are out there that people have too for this game, so you can always just reach out to those communities. But let's try and make sure that we're being nice to other players. That's like a really big deal, I think. I think that having new players come in is going to be fantastic and great. So that's going to be really cool. The verticality changes. I'm very interested to see what people are going to be doing here and just like the plays that we're going to get. I really am. I can't wait to see more plays and clips on TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that. Obviously, everyone's been screaming for ways to spend Amber. Perfect. We get to spend Amber finally on some bundles, but also on affinities. So that is great. You can now not have to spend real money on your affinity and, just use your Amber. And I know a lot of us have a lot of Amber, so affinity shouldn't be a problem anymore. And the stuff for Xbox, bringing it to Xbox and being able to, not have it in their game preview area is going to be really good too. Marketing it is going to be great too. And, yeah, I can keep talking about how great this is, but overall, I think this was going to be a pretty cool update, 1.0, August 20th. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you liked it. This was a little bit different of a video for me to do, kind of less edited. If you did like it, please just like the video, subscribe, and comment. Tell me what you want to see next, and anything I can improve on. And yeah, you can follow me on any of my social medias. I stream on Twitch, obviously on YouTube. I post on Twitter too, and TikTok as well. So yeah, but can't wait for this stuff. This is going to be really good. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you later.